Hello, it's Mr. Muller for lesson 2-4, solving equations with variables on both sides. So this is going to be pretty similar to yesterday's lesson, except now there's going to be two x's. So there's still both going to be x's or n's or y's or whatever the variable is, except there's just going to be one at each side of the equal sign. That's what it means by both sides. So even more important that we draw that line down the middle, or down the equal sign, so that we can kind of tell which side is which. Alright, and there's no wrong way to do this. If I bring the ends all to the left side or the ends all to the right side, it doesn't matter. I want to keep my ends positive. That's just what Mr. Mola likes to do. So I'm going to bring my ends over to the left side. So it's a positive 5n, so I'm going to subtract 5n. Okay, and then it's a minus 2, so I'm going to add 2. So now just on the left side, I'm going to end up with 7n minus 5n, which is going to be 2n. And on the right side, I'm going to end up with 6 plus 2, which is 8. And then just like before, it says 2 times n. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. N is going to be 4. And again, this is probably a good idea to go back and check. So 7 times 4 is 28, minus 2 is 26. So the left side of the equal sign equals 26. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. Remember, they should equal the same number. Alright, same thing here. I'm going to put my equal sign down the middle. And it says plus 2x, or it's a positive 2x, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then it says minus 1, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Remember, you want your variables and your numbers on different sides. So 4x minus 2x is 2x. Negative 5 plus 1 is a negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. And I end up with negative 2 equals x. So if I plug that in, 2 times a negative 2 is negative 4. Minus 5 is a negative 9. 4 times a negative 2 is negative 8. Minus 1 is negative 9. So negative 9 equals negative 9. I know I did it correctly. Sometimes, again, it might be a little more complicated where we might have the distributive property. It doesn't change anything. So remember, that's 3 times w and 3 times 1. So now it's just going to be like the other problem. Okay, so make sure when you distribute to both numbers. So subtract 2w from both sides. That's going to cancel out. And then subtract 3 from both sides, since it says plus 3. That's going to cancel out, so I have w equals 4. Remember, this is a 1w. You don't really have to divide by 1. It's going to end up being the same thing. Go back and double check it. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 7 is 15. Alright, and then there might be some where the x's or your variables are going to cancel, and then there might be some, and when that happens, so if you cancel out your variables, you have two options for your answer. It's either going to be a many solutions, or an all solutions, or no solutions. And the way we tell that is if the numbers equal each other. So if the numbers do equal each other, it's going to be an all solution. If the numbers don't equal each other, it's going to be a no solution. So here, let's get together the things on the left side. So I have a 4y minus y. It's going to be 3y. So I have 3y plus 7 equals 10. Oops, not plus. Equals 10 plus 3y. Okay, so you'll see 3y and 3y. They're going to end up canceling out. So I have a plus 3y. So I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides of the equal sign. And I'm going to end up with 0y. They're both going to cancel. So I'm only left with numbers. And my numbers say 7 equals 10. Well, I'm going to look at that and say, oh, nope, that's not true. 7 does not equal 10. So this is going to be a no solution. And what that means is, you know how we go back and double check our work? There is no number that I can put in for this equation that if I double check my work, I'm going to get the right answer. I can pick any number in the world. It doesn't matter. It's not going to work. Okay, and then let's look at a problem like this. Again, let's simplify the left side of the equation and the right side as much as we can first. Okay, so on the left side I have 2c plus c. So I'm going to end up with 3c plus 7 equals, here I have a negative 14 plus 21 equals 7 plus 3c. And some of you can already tell that they look exactly the same, and that's because they are. So again, I have a plus 3c. So I'm going to subtract 3c from both sides. I can subtract 3c from both sides. Both of them are going to cancel. And I end up with 7 equals 7. Yes, that is true. So this is one that has all solutions or many solutions. And what that means is there's any number that I can plug in for c, and it's going to be equal to both sides. So I can pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any number you want. If I plugged it in for c right now, it would give me this. It would give me a yes. 7 does equal 7 as the final answer. 10 equals 10, or whatever it is. So no solution is where the numbers don't equal out at the end. All solution is when they do.